Yesterday, a school filled with innocent children and caring teachers became the scene of terrible violence, hatred, and evil.
This family, I know they feel sickened and devastated today. Tell us about why they took him in 3 months ago.
Well, he really didn't have a lot of choices. His mom had died. He wasn't doing well where he was staying. And after about a week, around Thanksgiving, he knew the son because they had met each other here at this high school last year. And they offered him a home. They had a room. He really had no other options, and they brought him in.
Did they see troubling signs of any behavioral problems with him?
They saw some depression. Obviously, he'd lost his mom.
The World Health Organization has just released its new list of the world's most depressed countries. The United States comes in at the third most overall depressed country after China and India. The U.S. comes in steadily at third for unipolar depressions, anxiety, drug and alcohol use. So how can this be in the most powerful and richest nation the world has ever seen?
Why are so many people in our culture becoming so depressed and anxious? 1 in 5 Americans can take a psychiatric drug in their lifetime. 1 in 4 middle-aged women is taking an antidepressant at any given time.
Let's go back to talk about the meeting.
Researchers at UCLA have launched a $500 million study with the lofty goal of eradicating depression. Every year, an estimated 800,000 people commit suicide. Statistics show 1 out of 4 women and 1 in 6 men will experience depression sometime in their life.
You feel like you're in this state of mind where nothing can make you feel any better.
It's a constant state of worry.
Something that can really conflict in your life and really limits what you can do in your life as well.
The world is turning around you and you can't do anything, you're not helping anything, you're just there, and you're just suffering.
No one wants to be around.
I would lose friends, I would hate my family, I would feel isolated from all of them.
I find that, given the way I'm wired, much of my self-talk is very defeatist. I tell myself all kinds of bad news. And I can imagine my bad self saying, "You're supposed to be giving me good news. I've got the bad news." And I team up with my old self and say some more bad news. He's got bad news, I got bad news, and no wonder we get discouraged. And so here we are on this side of the cross. Jesus has come. How would you preach to yourself now? You preach the gospel to yourself. It goes like this. Listen, self, this Piper. Listen. If God is for you, who can be against you, self? He who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for you, self, will he not with him freely give us all things? Who shall bring any charge against you, God's elect? It is God who justifies self. No, it's Jesus who died, yes, who was raised, who's at the right hand of God, who intercedes for you, self. What can separate you, self, from the love of God? If there's ever a reason for memorizing Psalm 8, it's to turn it into self-preaching. To preach to yourself, because those words are dynamite for deliverance from 100 circumstances.